everyone, Tib is back here with another episode, man, of your Monday box office, film news, man. And yeah, man, person who's actually been doing the most, in these past weekends. He actually has two films currently in the in the top 10. Person who's been busy currently has been Dwayne Johnson. He's got two films in the top 10, and yeah, man, he's just been doing the most. He's been doing the most, man. You know what I'm saying? Hardest worker in the room. That's what he calls himself. So he probably did this. I don't know who produced Red One. I'm guessing Disney. But I don't know, it kind of feels like Red One isn't Disney. Red One redone. Red One needs to be redone. Anyway, I'm not gonna slander David anymore. It's necessary. So it's Amazon. What? MGM. Oh shit. So Amazon basically made this movie, man, and released it in theaters. If it was a better movie, it would have been quite a great experiment for Amazon, since they've bought Metro Golden Mayer. And yeah, anyway, blowing too much. Let's just check out what's going on today, people, before we get on to the matter at hand, which is this weekend's box office. Yes. Okay. I'm just trying to see what's going on. I didn't really prepare for this. Okay. I didn't really prepare for this, so I'm trying to see what I can check out here. Okay. Oh, Tim Burton apparently. Yeah, man, this is something I check out. Just something I F with. Where is this thing? Oh yeah, Tim Burton. Yeah, something else with, man. Tim Burton's my guy. Edward Scissorhands and all that. There we go. Tim Burton is apparently coy about what film he'll be making next, but there's the rumor mill. People in the know have been saying, people who know Tim Burton have been saying that he's been wanting to direct a remake of The Attack of the 50th Woman for some time now, and he's been coy about it, man. I don't know why. Beetlejuice made mad money. I don't think it was actually made for that much. I wonder how much they make Beetlejuice for, man. Because even if they did make it for 100 and it made 450, yeah, they made it for 100 and made 450. Being a legacy sequel, that's still a box office win, man. Like everybody was glad with that movie, and I think people actually surprised. I think, to be honest, Beetlejuice didn't make that crazy an amount off of its box office, man. It probably just needed like 300 to be called a success, or not even to be called like for the people who are backing it financially, not to call it a failure. Like in Hollywood, success and failure, they're very much apart in terms of the numbers. Like if it made 300 million, people would have sort of called it a failure, but now it made 450 million. People are not calling it a failure, but they're not really calling it a success as well. Well, they are calling it, I kind of feel like the only reason that they calling it a success is because they expected it to bomb, and it didn't. It was actually a decent film. I didn't like it as much as people said they liked it. I liked it, but not as much. I was like, wow, hey, this is great. It was like, oh man. For me, it was like, oh, this is cool. And for them, it was like, oh my God, it was amazing. That's not what I thought about this movie. I liked it. Like, oh, hey, that's cool. Hey, I would have watched it in cinemas. Actually, did I make a review? I can't even remember. I can't even remember if I made a review for it. But yeah, coming off the success of Beetlejuice and Wednesday, Tim Burton he doesn't really want to say whether or not he's going to be making this thing, Attack of the 50-Foot Woman, next. But let's just read this article, and then I think this will probably be the only article I'll get to, and then we're going to be doing this thing, man. And then we're going to be getting to this thing, to the box office news, man. Gonna be a short show today, but for the fact that I didn't stream on Friday as planned, didn't stream on Thursday and Wednesday as planned, I'm gonna stream now. So yeah, after a few years where doubts were sometimes cast as to whether Tim Burton's work had lost its captivating edge, the filmmaker's status as a commercially successful artist has been reconfirmed. This autumn's Beetlejuice was a cinema hit for Warner Brothers in the year, where the performance of franchise sequels has been somewhat unreliable. And I don't know what. This article, that's what I said, Hollywood, man. Like, wasn't Dune a smash hit? I know they had something else which is a hit. Like, Warner Brothers has been having hits. I don't know what. Okay, besides Joker, Warner Brothers has been having success at the box office, man. So, yeah. I kind of feel like, Warner Brothers' demise has been overly exaggerated. But, yeah. Anyway, this autumn's Beetlejuice was a cinema hit for Warner Brothers in a year where the performance of franchise sequels has been somewhat unreliable. Plus, with Wednesday, Burton has created one of the most popular shows on Netflix. With the second season of Wednesday now having wrapped, we imagine the filmmaker might be devoting part of his mind to the next big project. Don't expect him to talk too much about that. The Burton has been linked with a remake of the 1958 sci-fi film Attack of the 50-Foot Woman, with Gone Girl author Gillian Flynn writing the script. Kind of a weird choice for, was an Attack of the 50-Foot Woman that, okay, I can see it like if it was a serious film, but I kind of thought it would have been if Tim Burton were to make it, I'd kind of like it to be in the vein of Beetlejuice. But, if they want to be edgy, you have to make it in the kind of tragic way that he made Edward Scissorhands for me, which would be like amazing, man. I love Edward Scissorhands, my favorite Tim Burton film. Like Edward and Edward Scissorhands. For me, those are his best, man. Beetlejuice is good. The first Beetlejuice is amazing, but Edward Scissorhands, yeah, man. I don't know what the fuck that was. Filmmaking slickness is, it's underrated when it comes to films like Edward Scissorhands, man. Like, oh man, like how good films can become. Edward Scissorhands and Ed Wood are just the peak of how good films can become, man. But I should actually try and do a watch party for that. I don't know, I might get struck by the copyright police, but anyway, I've been having trouble with the copyright police, with the copyright cops. But anyway, man, he says basically, however, while speaking at the Marrakesh Film Festival, he was rather vague about what was widely thought to be his next project. I have no real projects at the moment, said the filmmaker. One thing I learned very early on is that until I'm on the set doing something, I don't know if I'm doing it. I've had projects. I was doing a Superman once. I did another project. That I worked for a year on, and it didn't happen. When those things happen, it's quite traumatic. It's quite emotional. So I'm very protective of myself. In Hollywood, you may think you're doing something until they tell you you're not doing something. Yet you get quite traumatized by those situations. So I wait until I'm on set, and then I'll tell you. Yes, because I'm actually doing it. Yes, because I'm actually doing it. But before then, I don't know. And yeah, man, okay. I know I just said something about Warner Brothers earlier, but I have to retract my statement because what they have been doing with Acme and what is it, Coyote versus Acme? A film that has been shelved and they expect it to be deleted forever, man. Oh my god. I mean, the budget wasn't even that big, man. Oh my god. Oh, James Gunn. And James Gunn is at Warner Brothers. He really should have, man. He really should have fought harder for this. He really should have fought harder for this, man. Anyway, I'm trying to see which company actually owns the rights to Attack of the 50-Foot Women. Let me see. Because if it is Warner Brothers, hey, it's gonna be long for it's gonna be long for this dude, man. It's gonna be a long day for okay, there's like 3 versions of this film. But yeah, this is the 1958 version, I think. Okay. They say it's independently made, but I wonder who owns the rights. Oh, Warner Brothers Films. Ah, man, that's funny. Warner Brothers Films own the rights to this thing. They own the rights to this movie, man. Why do I feel like Monsters vs. Aliens is okay, it's DreamWorks. I'm just trying to see who actually owns the rights, man. Who owns the rights? Who owns the rights? Okay, so yeah, Warner Brothers owns the rights, man. So hey, man, I hope they don't do what they did with this dude. I hope they don't do what they did with Christopher Nolan and disrespect him, and then have him move to another production company and like Universal, and then Universal be like, hey man, do what you want, and then all of a sudden dude becomes madly successful. So yeah, I hope they don't do Tim Burton how they did James Gunn. And as he said, I have no real project at the moment, said the filmmaker. One thing I learned very early on is that I'm on the set doing something. Okay, we've read that part. In other nuggets of news, Burton has revealed that he has no plans to make a sequel to Edward Scissorhands, but he can see himself reuniting once again with its star and longtime collaborator Johnny Depp at some point in the future. Also hoping that Attack of the 50-Foot Woman is next on Burton's slate, but despite his reluctance to talk about it, Burton's kitschy take on the 1950 science fiction brought us 1960s Mars attacks, and the world is ultimately a better place, undoubtedly a better place for its existence. Seeing Burton return to that creative wellspring would be great. and especially for a director who at one point was considering retirement after his live action Dumbo was met with a tepid critical response in 2019. Not gonna lie, that time I was really on the Rotten Tomatoes brigade, so I didn't watch that film, and I probably should watch Dumbo because this dude is one of my favorite. Like, he's given me one of my favorite films I've ever seen. Some of the favorite films I've ever seen. Like, I grew up on Beetlejuice. I grew up on let's just go to his IMDb, man. Let's go on to his IMDb. Like, I grew up on Beetlejuice. I loved Mars Attacks. Probably seen Beetlejuice a million times. Like a million times, man. So let's get it, man. He's got like a ridiculously long this thing. Ridiculously long IMDb thing. I think it's because he directs a lot of short films. But he directed 41 films. Oh man, that's some longevity for you, bro. Like, some directors would kill and just say they like to reach the 50 film mark. Anyway, these are the films that I've watched. Doctor of Doom. I wonder where he got that from. Anyway, you know what I'm saying? He probably got that from the Marvel thing, Doctor Doom. Oh, these flies, Jesus Christ. Yo, it's that time. I should get like fly catchers. Okay, I never saw Frankenweenie. I never saw Pee-wee's Big Adventure. Beetlejuice. Oh man, it's one of his first after Pee-wee's Big Adventure, which was his theatrical directorial debut. Because obviously Hansel and Gretel was were TV movies. He'd been making a lot of shorts by then. This thing, Beetlejuice was like his first big break, and for that, you know, hey, that dude blew up, man. He blew up. And then, you know, that got him the Batman gig, which I loved and grew up on as well. Edward Scissorhands gig, which I loved and grew up on well. Batman Returns, which I loved and grew up on as well. The same with Edward. And, you know, okay, I never watched the version with the music video. Mars Attacks, just, you know, which I loved it. Sleepy Hollow, I don't think I watched this one, the 1999 one. Let me just try and open up and see what's this about. Planet of the Apes, dude. Yo, this is my jam. It wasn't well received, but you know, hey, sometimes you just love a movie, man. Charlie and the Chocolate Factory was quite dope. I liked it. Corpse Bride, decent. Can't remember it though. I probably watched it like twice. Sweeney Todd, oh my god, that is definitely my jam. Alice in Wonderland was wildly successful. Dark Shadows, quite good. Can't remember it. Like, I probably watched it once, and you know, I usually have to watch a movie. Sometimes if a movie doesn't hit me the first time and I manage to watch it the second time, hey, then it blows my mind, because all of the things that I probably wasn't paying attention to, I was either in the wrong frame of mind to be watching that movie. You know, if I watch it the second time and then something just hits me. Like, I remember I watched James Bond, There's No Time to Die. I didn't really like it at first. And then I saw it the second time, and I was like, man, this movie is dope. I don't know why. Like, hey, man. Sometimes it's weird how movies are, man. Frankenweenie. I watched it, but I can't remember it, man. It was years back. Big Eyes, never seen it. Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. Didn't watch Dumbo. Yo, man, I've been sleeping on Tim Burton, man. I didn't watch Wednesday. I probably watched the first episode. It had a crazy scene with the piranhas. Is it piranhas? I think it's piranhas. It had a crazy scene, and I was like, I should watch it, but yeah. Beetlejuice. I did watched it twice. It was I thoroughly enjoyed it. Man. So yeah, man, Tim Burton, he's a legend in this game, man. I think he's he's on the level of Ridley Scott. It's just that I think at this point, Ridley Scott has more hits to his name, more critically acclaimed hits to his name. No man, does he? You know what? Ridley Scott's movies are they're probably about equal levels of critical acclaim, but Ridley Scott's movies are serious, and you know, if in the filmmaking world they take more serious pictures more seriously, I guess that's just how it works. So yeah, man, Hansel and Gretel. Yeah, Tim Burton was going crazy, man, because the set of this Hansel, it was a TV movie, but hey, man, hey, my guy he was just going ham. He was going ham. Oh, I've watched Sleepy Hollow, man. I remember this movie, The Headless Horseman, Ichabod Crane. Okay, I remember this movie, man. Don't like I remember it, but not that clearly, just here and there. But yeah, I literally have like 60 movies, probably like more like 80 now on my list. Like I have a list of movies that I promised myself I would watch, and oh my god, it's like my list keeps on getting longer, and I watch less and less each day, man. Like oh my god, man. My god. Anyway. Let me just get into this, man. I'm just actually gonna take that bit and make it about the Tim Burton thing, cause I fucks with Tim Burton, man. Anyway, here we go, man. This is basically, yeah, man. Boom, bam, pow. I should actually just get an insert for that, and you know, take it away with box office film news of this past weekend and of last week, because some of the films were really, one of the films, you know, and you'll probably guess clearly which one. One of the films was released on Wednesday, and yeah, it made mad money, mad dough. It is holiday season. A lot of the schools have closed, and it's taking advantage of that. So yeah, let me get into it, man. Number 10 is A Real Pain. It's Hang On. I was actually expecting a lot more, but actually, if I look like lower than number 10, if I look at like 11 with the Conclave, 12 with Smile 2, 13 with Honora, for films that are in like their 7th and 8th weekends, they're making like $450,000, $580,000, 600. Like they're making the money, man. They're making the money, and like for the fact that they only released in like 230 theaters for Honora, like 500. Okay, that's A Real Pain. 423 theaters for Conclave. It's quite amazing, man. So yeah, man. The fact that this thing, man. Okay, I told myself I should always just seed of the sacred fig. But anyway, the film's independent, especially the fact that, you know, 3 of these 4 films are independent films. Albeit Conclave is a very expensive independent film. Box office news, this is the top 10. A Real Pain comes in at number 10 after slipping out of the top 10 last week. It's come back, and you know, in its 5th weekend, it's, you know, come back into the top 10 at number 10 with $665,000, man. Yeah, and at number 9, you know, let it shine, is The Wild Robot, man. Wild Robot is back in number 9. Very dope movie. As I said, excellent film. Not surprised that it's in its 10th weekend and it's at number 9, bro. It's mad. It made $670,000 this past weekend, and yo, for a domestic gross of $142 million, an international gross of $179 million, and a worldwide gross of 320 million bucks, man. That is, honestly, it's slowing down, man. As I said, its only competition is Moana, and for the fact that it's only at number 9, oh man, it's mad. What happened to my cover, bro? I hate when the white balance does this. Oh man. Okay. I had number 8 in its 4th weekend, slipping but hanging in there. It's putting up a fight. Number 8 in its 4th weekend, it went from 7 to 8, just went down one place really. Wild Robot went down one place as well. The only one that moved up actually in this list is this thing, A Real Pain, and yeah, I'll get to the other later. In its 4th weekend at number 4 is Heretic, man. Heretic made $956,000 this past weekend, which is amazing still. Made $26 million in America, $9 million internationally, and for $36 million cube. Heretic was only made for $10 million, which is, it's good, man. I have a feeling Heretic, once it hit the Netflix, Amazon, once it hits the streaming services, is gonna make bank. Awesome film. At number 5, it slipped down 2 places, is Venom. Venom made $2.2 million and this past weekend, and that's like for domestic humor of this thing, $137 million, and it's a national cum of $330 million, and for a worldwide cum of $468 million, man. That's mad. I think it's releasing in China. When is it releasing in China, man? Let me try and check. Oh, it only released in China this past weekend. No, man, it only had a 3-day release in China. That's mad, bro. Because it made much more money in its on the Friday. On the Wednesday, it made $9 million. The Thursday, it made $5 million, and the Friday, it made 7.2 for a $21 million gross in China. Why was it only released for 3 days, man? Oh, that's my bad. Is this thing is gonna be effed up, man. It's made $70 million in China. So yeah. So yeah, man. Venom 3, Venom the Last Dance, as it's been called, but it's just Venom 3. Whatever happened to just naming the movies as they are? It has to be Spider-Man No Way Home, Spider-Man Homecoming. Just say Spider-Man 1, Spider-Man 2, Spider-Man 3. It'll be simple. Especially if it's like the only one. Like, why was Black Panther called Wakanda Forever instead of just Black Panther 2? It would have been awesome, man. I missed the old naming. Anyway, man, that's Heretic. Oh yeah, that was Venom. As I said, I should have actually put up the Venom thing. I'm just okay. Let me put up the Venom. Yeah, Venom made $2.2 million, man, and yeah, it's making bank. It's still hanging on. Venom is in its 6th weekend at the box office in theaters, and it's dropped in for like 842 theaters have dropped it, man. So it's only at like 1,700 theaters. So yeah, that was Venom. And this Bone Offer, like, I wish I could pronounce this. If I do some more research, I'll probably be able to pronounce it. If I watch it, which I'm probably not, I'll be able to pronounce it. Even if they say this dude is nominated for Best Actor, all of that stuff, I'm not gonna watch it, man. I'm sorry. Anyway, from number 4 to number 6, Bone Offer, Pastor, Spy, and Assassin has made $2.4 million this past weekend, man, for a $9 million cume in America, and it hasn't even been released worldwide yet. They're waiting for award season to roll around, man. That's what these people are doing, and it's been released in 1,900 theaters. It's only in the second weekend right now, so yeah, that's number 5. That's number 6. At number 5, from number 6, is a film that's actually holding on fantastically well. The best Christmas pageant ever, man. It made $3.27 million ever. It's a Christmas movie, so of course it would hang on well. Christmas movies make bank at this time of year. It's according to the theme. Just like how a lot of people expected Eli Roth to have made a second Thanksgiving film, considering how his first one performed quite well. So, yeah, man. Let's just, I don't know why this thing. Anyway, so go to another film that's hanging on very well. I had a feeling this would happen, man. I had a feeling it would hang on well. I had no opinion. I just said they could have made it cheaper, and people would have been happy about it. But for a film that was so expensively made, it's hanging on, man. It doesn't have to be. People don't expect it to be hanging on. They expected it to bomb, but it's hanging on. Red One has made $12.8 million this past weekend for a $76 million cume in America and a $72 million cume worldwide, internationally, for a $148 million cume worldwide. And yeah, man, as I said, this is Dwayne Johnson's second film in the list, or his first film in the list, in the top 10 internationally, and top 10 in America. So obviously the film would only bump down by one mark is Gladiator 2, man. Gladiator 2 is holding fantastically well. Made $30 million, $30.7 million this past weekend, which is a 7 p.m. Yeah, this movie's making money. $111 million this past. No, that's like its overall gross. It made $30 million this past weekend. The overall gross is $111 million. Since national cume is $208 million, and its worldwide cume is $320 million, man. Expected amount. As I said, legacy sequels often fail these days, but some, I guess this was the year of legacy sequels, man. Moana 2, not a legacy sequel, but it was 8 years in the making, which is mad. It does feel like a legacy sequel because of the time that it's taken to make part 2. Okay. Yeah, as I said, Gladiator 2, legacy sequel, it's made 320 million thus far. So, yeah, I guess if it rounds up with like 600 or 700, that'll be okay, man. If award season rolls around and more word of mouth spreads, they could re-release it in more theaters. Oh, it's added theaters, man. Shit. Anyway. for your number two, a film that is holding on fantastically well, as I said. Is the Glicked. I forgot. It's not the Barbenheimer, it's the Glicked thing. But I think Moana broke it up quite well. Anyway, Wicked comes in at number two, man, with $80 million on the dot. And yeah, also in its second weekend. It's made $262 million overall, $96 million internationally for a worldwide cume of $359 million, man. And yeah, it's performing, it's holding on well, it's really performing well. Go see it, man. You know, go see it. Just go see what Gladiator or Wicked, or you know, if you don't want to watch either of those, just go watch Moana 2, man. You know, go watch Moana 2, which claims the number one spot, you know, ahead of number three's Gladiator, number two's Wicked. Where is it? Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm just trying to find it here, man. And what can Dwayne Johnson say but you're welcome? People have been talking dirt on Dwayne's name, saying that his movies are trash and his film career leaves no real legacy. Huh? What about the Fast and the Furious, huh? So just because he's an extra character doesn't mean he's not the main character, man. I mean, come on. Think about your best shows, man. The best shows, the best characters was not the legacy characters, was not even the main character, man. Stop disrespecting Dwayne, man. You know, it's the best film that he's dropped is Moana, according to some people. It doesn't matter how you want to class the best film. People rightfully agree that it's his best film. It's something that, like how Boris Karloff, just because of the way he spoke and everything, probably half of you don't even, oh my god, these flies, half of you probably don't even know who Boris Karloff is. But this thing, the fact that, okay, Boris Karloff is an actor who was just made to play Dracula. Dwayne Johnson was made to play Maui, basically. That's what I'm trying to say, man. That's why this is his best film. He is Maui, basically, man. So that's why Vin Diesel that's why his best film is this thing, Fast and Furious. He was made to play Dominic Toretto. You know what I'm saying? He was made to play the character, man. Like, to think that they almost didn't cast him, man, that was crazy. I think some other people turned down that role. Yeah, anyway, man, Moana 2, this past opening weekend, I have to caveat, it was released on the Wednesday, so it had a few more days. Like, between Wednesday and Friday, it made, how much is that now? 90 million. So, and on the weekend, it made 135 million. So that's, its total overall gross for its first week / weekend in theaters is $221 million. And yeah, that's in America, and internationally, in its debut weekend, it's made $163 million for $386 million, which blows past Wicked and this thing. It blows past Wicked and Gladiator in its opening weekend, man. And a lot of people are saying it's not as good as the first Moana. I don't care. The people have spoken, man. This is one of the times the people have spoken, and it's a smash for Walt Disney. Coming off of Deadpool and Wolverine. Walt Disney rules the roost again, man. So look for this film to crack the $1 billion mark. It's Christmas. It has the only competition which is actually falling off right now, The Wild Robot. It's been marketed much better than The Wild Robot. It's a sequel, meaning people will probably watch the first one and be excited to see the second one. It's a family film. Look forward to blow past the $1 billion mark, man. And the live action sequel is coming up as well. So yeah, man. Anyway, man, that's it for me today. I don't know when I'm gonna be streaming again. But anyway, man, enjoy your weekend, man. Love yourself, love people around you, take care of yourself, pray. I also hope that, you know, all of your things, if you're watching this, come right, you know. I hope that your dreams, aspirations come true, that your health and your physical and mental health are well. And I hope that, you know, you do good, man. So yeah, smash the like, spread the positivity, love, and cheer to your people, you know, but especially give the positivity, love, and cheer to yourself. And yeah, man, thank you for joining. This is Tabs, and I'm out. Peace.